Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco. Dish out on the movies.
Hey everybody!
Today we are doing an episode of Masterchef, episode 13, called Tag Team.
Of what season?
16.
No. It's 15. Is it? Wait.
No, it is not.
Oh, okay. Because King of the Hill is season 15. See, it's so confusing, all these different TV shows. So
anyway, if any of you don't know, a tag team is just two people cooking, and one cooks while the other waits, and then so many minutes elapse, and then the second person runs in and the first person runs out. And they do this for so many times, and then it's done. But what they have to do is, there's no more country teams now. It's all just individuals. So first they have to pair up. So the teams are Peter and Takaya, Fu and Basha, Jake and Dave, Julia and Haiti, Aishu and Jamie.
oh look, Bernie's turning around. Bernie, our cat, is turning so he can face me so he can watch us do a review.
I guess. He doesn't look like he's watching too much. He's too tired.
Well, anyways, I just wanted to say, tag teams, they're usually supposed to be something helpful. Like, I don't watch wrestling, but I have played some wrestling video games. Some of them are actually really fun. And what you do is, like, it's two people versus each other. And then when one person wants to, they can tag in their partner. So a lot of the times what you do is, like, you get the other player down to, like, a low health, and then you, like, trap them in the ring to make sure they can't tag their partner. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in this show, it's like, it really isn't the true meaning of tag team. It's really more of, like, just team challenges, basically. Like, it is a different, it's a different style of team challenge. I think it could be really interesting if they did a challenge where, like, you would have two teams versus each other, and then that would be round one, and then round two, you would have the top two teams versus each other. I think that would actually have been a lot more interesting and intense. So maybe they could do that next season. But, they've been doing this every season now. The tag team challenge, the wall challenge, the restaurant challenge. They do these same things. Safi?
Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah?
What do you think?
I don't know what to say. It seems like it's a lot harder than it looks for them.
Well, it is hard. Like, making dishes at, like, a time limit, and, cooking can actually be a lot of pressure unless you're just kind of doing it for fun. Even when you're doing it for fun, it is pretty tricky.
Well, the thing is about this episode is that they had to cook 3 dishes.
Yeah.
And each one was different, of course. And each one belonged to a certain chef. So one was Gordon's, one was Tiffany's, and the other one was Joe's. And they're like
right,
home style, or they're home, from their home place. The dishes are coming from there.
You know what Tiffany did every episode?
What?
You know what she does every episode?
What?
Hey guys! How you doing?
Okay.
This is Tiffany!
Okay, Marco.
That's what she does.
You're waking Bernie up.
It's so artificial and fake. Like, she's so phony.
Okay, well,
Can't you tell that?
I don't care.
Really? But you're reviewing the show, so why wouldn't you care? Like, that's part of a review.
It just kind of goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit like everything for you, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, like last week, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah,
We
had Taco Bell and you had diarrhea for hours.
No, I didn't.
Oh, see, well, you passed that test because you remember the truth.
Oh, God.
Well, so anyways, for Chef Gordon, you got to cook a shepherd's pie. And you know what I would have done? I would have said, hey, Chef Gordon, why do I have to cook a shepherd's pie when I could just go to Walmart and buy one of your shepherd's pies out of the freezer? You know, because
Really?
he sells frozen food now, Chef Gordon. He's sold out to the frozen food industry. That's what I would have done.
Well, anyway, it's mashed potatoes atop a lamb with spices in it. And
vegetables.
Yeah, and so the mashed potatoes, they have to squirt out a little bit, like in a circle, all over it. It isn't where you just slap a bunch of mashed potatoes on top of a meat sauce, which is what I do.
Well,
It's
we haven't
something special.
We haven't. It's not really special at all. We haven't made it in a while, but you know what's really fun about our recipe is you put cheese on top. You put cheese on top of the mashed potato, and so it makes it feel a little bit more special. And then for Tiffany, what was her dish?
Her dish was some striped bass with dirty rice.
Dirty rice.
And a tormula sauce, which is some kind of mashed up veggie. I mean, it's so mashed up, it's in a sauce. A green sauce. So, and she made this emphasis like she was brought up on a farm and they used every little bit of everything to make their foods. So, I don't know what that has to do with tormula, but so anyway, and then Joe had a veal with breaded veal, and it's supposed to be pounded very thin. And then he had some vegetables with it. I don't remember anything else.
That is Italian. So anyways, Safi, I think you already mentioned the pears, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to
They
be
have
honest...
75 minutes to cook.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you added that in. Okay, so I think this episode was kind of weak, to be honest. They made this whole emphasis about, like, whoever wins, you get to go to the premiere of Forgotten Island, which is, like, a new Filipino-style animated movie by DreamWorks.
Oh.
And they even animated, I don't know if they did this just for Masterchef Junior, but they did these, like, advertisements where, like, the characters from the movie would say, "Be right back." And I thought that was kind of cool. But there really isn't much to say. This is actually one of the few times where I would say there really isn't much to say about the actual first half of the episode. Like, I was so kind of blindsided by it that I watched the first half again. And there still wasn't really anything worth saying. It was just like, whatever, you know.
Because you don't know really, unless it's really obvious.
Yeah.
There was one mistake that they made, but they tried to fix it. It was Haley and Julia.
Well, there was one part that was really funny where, Tiffany, the Karen, she was watching them cook, and, Jamie was making the dirty rice wrong, and she was like, "Oh, that's not how that's supposed to be done." And, like, she was really worried. And it's so funny because this is like, you can feel that, like, because the Forgotten Island, it's an Asian movie, Asian culture movie, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I think it looks good. I think I would like to watch it. I didn't even know it was coming, like, when it was coming out, or I might have heard a little bit about it before.
I didn't hear anything about it.
What's really funny is that they probably really wanted Jamie to win because she's Asian, you know.
I don't know if I agree with that.
They probably did, and so when Tiffany had that look, that was probably like the look of like, uh-oh, she's not going to the premiere. We can't send the Asian contestant to the Asian movie premiere. Like, and they even set it up too. Like, Jamie does like her little confessional where she's like,
I really like animated movies.
and then you know, like I genuinely think like it's just like in Hell's Kitchen, where Gordon will pick out these rewards for challenges, and they're clearly oriented towards boys versus girls. You know, like some are more for boys, some are more for girls, and then sometimes the opposite teams will win. So I thought that was hilarious to watch. And the whole episode, Jamie, she spun out of control. You know, I mean, she this was her the whole episode. And well, we saw how that turned out. So I just gotta say though, this was actually, even though I thought it was kind of a weak episode, I thought it was a great payoff because they could have sent both of these people home 2 weeks ago in that team challenge. Yeah. And they made the exact same types of mistakes that they made in that challenge. So it shows that those people, like, what did you expect? Like, what did they expect? What did they expect to happen with these two contestants in particular? Like, it was a weakness that they already got exposed 2 weeks ago. Yeah. What do you think of that, Safi?
Yeah, I was mainly thinking about the one girl, Aishu, and how she was team captain and she didn't take any responsibility.
She was the worst captain in the history of the show. Yeah. But what was really funny, though, I'll let you finish, but what was really funny was that at the end of their challenge, she said,
I think that there is a high possibility that we are going home.
Like, she knew it, so go ahead and finish that.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
How? It was like literally like 1 second ago.
I don't know, Marco.
You're talking about Aishu! You're talking about her.
She just, I made the comment to Marco, like, I didn't think that she was capable of cooking anything other than her own ethnic dishes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think she... And I think she said, maybe she didn't, but that she had never cooked some of this stuff before.
Duh.
And so...
What'd they expect?
I don't know. But, I mean, even Takaya, who's very ethnic, and...
Jesus, Safi.
Well, I mean, she and Peter both are coming from their countries and coming to the United States, and they still did really good.
No, they're United States citizens.
Yes, I know they're United States citizens. But anyway, I just didn't think she would... I mean, I don't think she was capable of making anything because she was so focused on her own ethnic dishes. And there's just no way that they can have this show and have them just cook their own ethnic dishes.
Well, they did. They've had that a million times before. Like, well, you know who? You know, yeah. The one, I can't even remember her name. Vicky? Or something. What was her name?
I don't know.
She was former MasterChef and MasterChef Junior, and she won her season where she came back, and basically all she did was just cook Chinese food. the whole season.
Yeah, she did.
And it was just like so embarrassing that they let her win the show. You know, and it's like if she was in this season, she would have gone home. She wouldn't have been able to handle this at all. So
Yeah. So anyway, really they don't really go on about any mistakes they made. One mistake was Haiti didn't put something in the potatoes, and if I don't know, was it cheese or I don't know what it was, and Julia ended up, she had to take off each of those little circles, and I mean the whole thing's covered in the circles of potatoes, and add that whatever it was to each one and then put them back. And that took time. I mean, because you had all those little circles on this big piece of you know,
you know.
that dish, and so it, but she still managed to do it. It didn't look as neat though, and so that was problematic. And then
I guess we could get to the end now.
I think so, because I just can't think of anything really. It's except when the judges go through all the dishes.
Yeah, did you write notes?
Yeah, right here.
Thank God.
So anyway, what they do though, they don't pick the 3 best and the 2 worst. They go through everybody's dishes, because like I said, there's no more teams, and it's individuals paired up and tag teams. And so anyway, the good dishes were Peter and Takaya and Jake and Dave, and they had the 2 best dishes, and they ended up, it was Jake and Dave from Morocco.
Were you happy for
won.
to come Kaya? To come Messiah, whatever?
Takaya!
Were you happy for her?
Well,
She always has this face like she's sad about, like she's like really like scared about something. Like
Yeah.
she looks like Tiffany's gonna come over and give her a whooping or something.
But they did pretty good. I can't remember.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, they did.
But I was really glad that those other 2 won, and they didn't even mention that the Mexican guy, that he hadn't won a challenge before, and he finally won here, and so I thought that was the best thing about the episode. Besides the people who went home, I thought it was great that he finally won.
Okay, well, let's see. Julie and Haiti, sorry.
Hey,
They had their problems with the potatoes mainly, which I already mentioned. So it showed up in the presentation.
that was kind of depressing because they were so excited to work together, and then they were trashed together because Haiti's a trash contestant.
No, I don't think she's that good.
And
I'm surprised.
She's a dominatrix, and she just wants to dominate everyone. In fact, I had Safi watch The Kitchen Nightmares about Renata's German restaurant, and if you guys are watching this, I do reviews of every episode, and I was talking about how the Renata, all she did was dominate everyone, and all these guys that worked in her restaurant, it's like they wanted to be dominated by her. And Haiti, she wants to dominate everyone, but people don't want to be dominated by her. So Julia, she had this very I don't know, this bittersweet type of look, to where she's just yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
Okay, so the other bad dishes are, well, the ones that made it through, although albeit they made this mistake with the potatoes, was Julia and Haiti,
We already talked about them.
and they got excused. They weren't in the bottom.
You're excused.
So the bottom ones were Fu and Basha, and I don't even remember what they did.
Why didn't you write it down?
I don't know.
Don't you take notes like, oh, Chef Gordon stepped to the right at second 59:12, and then Tiffany said, ha ha, and then, like, you're supposed to write these, like, anal notes down.
Well, they didn't. They had too much. I know the dirty rice wasn't proper.
Everything
wasn't
sucked.
right.
Everything was terrible. They did a terrible job. They said, Fu, you're trash. Basha, you're trash.
Well, Fu, what happened was too, he left a time stem in the food, which
No, they left a lot of stems of these fresh herbs. And so this is what happened. Chef Tiffany, she thought she came with some jokes. She thought she was going to make a really clever joke where she said, I think that you guys really struggled with time management. That's what she said. And she said it like 2 or 3 times. She thought she was so clever. I think you two had struggles with time management. And Gordon and Joe were just like, God, this bitch.
And then the other couple who really screwed up was Aishu and Jamie. And what happened was they ruined Chef Gordon's dish.
Yeah. They did the worst job. I mean, they really did. Okay, Safi, you want to go take a nap or take a time out? Well,
Sorry.
Okay, go. You don't even have a water. Go. Go get your water. Go take a nap. Okay. So, as I was saying, okay, let's see if Safi wrote anything down, because I asked her if she took notes. She literally just wrote, the teams that did good were these people, and then the teams that did bad were these other 2 people. She didn't even, I don't even, well, that's strange. I guess she just didn't really care to write notes. So, I mean, this is unfortunate, because if I didn't know that she wouldn't write any notes, then I would have written my own notes to be a more professional reviewer. But the key thing is that they were the most trash. And again, I apologize, because usually
Well,
Safi
I know
writes
what
notes.
they did with the. It seems like all of them are bad. The judges even said all of these are bad. None of them are worth salvaging. But what happened with the...
I think Joe said something like, oh, you're doing it again. I think Joe even said something like, I don't have a single good thing to say about this dish.
No.
And like Jamie, she was like, like she was really freaking out.
And with the potato dish, what they did with the meat underneath was they didn't drain the grease out.
Oh yeah.
Before they put it in. Now,
Ugh.
whenever we make it, we make like a soup, kind of like a soup with the meat, but there's no grease in it, and vegetables, and that goes underneath the potatoes. But what happened was they did not drain the grease out, and it was not a soupy type of recipe. And the grease got up into the potatoes, and the potatoes were all like grease balls, like little grease balls, and it looked terrible too. They were all slick with grease.
What was that, Safi?
Sorry.
You were like, ugh.
They were all slick with grease, and they had an odd color, and ew, it was ew. And
But see, it's inexperience. It's naivete to the culture, naivete to, other dishes other than the stuff for their own cultures. And the only thing that I liked was the fact that she knew that they were going home. And I thought at least she had some, like, whatever you call it, like some wisdom this time to know that. Because last time, she acted like, basically like her team members, whatever, they should take the fall for her. Like, she'll take some surface level blame, but the others should go home.
Yeah.
Like Agatha. Remember poor Agatha?
Yeah.
Do you feel upset about her?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because she still wouldn't have made it either.
Yeah, she would have.
I don't know.
It would have been her versus Julia. Versus Tecumseh.
What?
Who's Tecumseh?
Takaya?
Takaya? It would have been Takaya versus Julia versus Agatha. Get it? Because all their names end with A.
Okay. It's so silly.
And they could have called it the AAA finale.
So, they both had to go home because they announced at the beginning of the episode that 2 people were going home this episode. So, Julia,
What are you going to say
the girls,
now?
Jamie and Aishu, whatever. I should think of sneezing. Aishu. They both went home, and so I just don't think they were very capable of, especially Aishu, of cooking another culture's dishes.
Yeah.
I think she's just good at cooking really good Indian food, but that's not going to cut it in a Masterchef competition.
It usually does, though, because usually what they do is they say, oh, your culture is what's so good about this. It's all about, like, it's not about, like, making good food. It's like, oh, well, you're representing your culture. And that's what they usually do. But then in this season, ironically, now that they're cooking all these, like, different dishes, they're having trouble.
Yeah.
It's like, what'd you expect?
I know. Really. So that's it.
Are you surprised that Basha has gotten this far?
Yeah. That Basha, or is it Basha? Yeah. Basha and Fu, yeah, both of them could be the next to go.
They're not going to win.
No.
Guaranteed.
They're not going to win.
I think it would be kind of nice for the Mexican guy to win.
I do too.
Because he seems to be like a good quality. Maybe Julia could win, She's interesting enough to win. Right, Safi?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that was a pretty lame review, but I mean, there really is...
It's a lame episode.
It's a lame episode, yeah.
There's just really not much to say about it. They made a few mistakes, but I mean, so what? They either they were capable of winning this challenge or they weren't.
It's really like they grasp at straws for these lame episodes. Like they really try to find things like, oh, this will be interesting, this will be interesting. But what happens is they really fall flat. This episode fell flat, and I was surprised at just how little there is to say about it.
Yeah.
Because
there really isn't much to say, and I'm not joking. Because
like yesterday, I did a video about TV shows, and I mean it was like 56 minutes. And so if you guys would like to see that was a really good video talking about the state of television. And basically, there was like a revelation where we were talking about King of the Hill, and I said, now that TV shows are so short, there really is no difference to how it was before, because, like, years ago, you would get like seasons with 20 episodes a season, but now you get seasons with like 8 episodes, but then there's a lot more. There's a lot more different TV shows that come out, so it all comes out to be the same amount of episodes a year. It's just a lot more confusing, complicated, and the shows are terrible. And they're rushed to an end.
Yeah.
So that Masterchef, back to Masterchef, which is a less interesting topic, I would give this episode a D. I thought it was D for dull. The only thing I thought was funny was how Tiffany made that joke, and she's like, I think you guys struggle with time management.
Oh, brother.
She really thought she did something.
Oh.
What did you think, Safi?
I just...
Safi didn't even realize that. I had to tell her.
No, I didn't realize it at all.
Time management.
I just thought... what is it? You know, she said, uh-oh, what is that? Was it her that spotted the piece of time?
I think so, yeah.
And like, oh God, now what? I don't remember anybody getting injured and having their Band-Aid in it. So, I was like, what's going on? And then they hold it up and it's a little stem. And I guess there were more than that, maybe. I don't know. Or it was just that one. But I mean, they acted like it was such a cardinal sin. I don't know if I would. I guess it would be.
Well, it's gross. You know, we've been having like beef stew in the winter. And somebody else cooks, and we will find like these stems of fresh herbs in the stew, and it's gross.
Yeah, you don't like it, so.
Speak up a little bit too.
Well, it isn't liked. It's a bad thing.
Take out your earphones. So
It's
you
a
can hear
bad
me.
thing, and but it's just and that wasn't the only thing that was wrong with her dish anyway. So, put too many spices in the meat, in that potato dish. He put too many, and it was overdone. And there was a lot more wrong with it than right.
Oh, so I guess that's about it
So that's
for
it.
Masterchef.
So I give it a C-.
Oh,
I was glad that the boys won
yeah, that was good.
because they deserved it. They kept their cool, and they worked together, and they communicated, and Jake didn't even seem to be bothered by what he cooked.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He did. Now the other guy, he was a little bit nervous because he said he'd never cooked some of that stuff before. I don't know what he was referring to. Maybe the dirty rice. I've never made dirty rice.
I haven't either.
And so maybe he was talking about stuff like that. I don't know. But
Maybe Tecumseh could make it for you.
oh God, it's Takaya.
Taika.
Takaya.
Tikata.
Okay, you're just making that up.
Chicken tikata.
So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe.
If you guys can't tell, Safi just got back from getting a lobotomy.
Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, I'm done.
And then please subscribe and comment and give all the statistics. And lastly, please check out our Patreon page because that is where you can get access to exclusive content and bonus reviews. I just released a Patreon exclusive video this week, and then last week I did a Patreon exclusive review. So very, very cool stuff over there. So that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.